Yes, people, this is your girl Aleisha and welcome back to another episode of Motivational Lee. On this week's episode, we will be talking about the 48 laws of power. We are starting with Law 1, never outshine the master. But before we get into that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you are kept up to date each and every time I upload. And without further ado, let's get into this. In this series of Motivational Lee, we will be looking at the 48 laws of power. This is an international best-selling book written by author Robert Greene. And this is a book that some would say may be controversial, but a lot of people believe this is a book that is a game changer that will help you in terms of playing the game of life. But there are some things, I always like to say the saying, eat the fish, dash the bone. Some things will apply to you, some things won't. Some things you'll be able to see that, yep, this is definitely going to help me. Others, it might take a bit more looking into, a bit more research before you come to that conclusion. But regardless, there's always a lesson to be learned from anything that you come across. There's always something to find out or know or learn. So we're going to do so with the 48 laws of power, and starting with the first law, which is never outshine the master. This law basically states that you should always make people that are above you feel completely superior, and in your desire to try and show them that you are talented, do not go too far in displaying that, because you might actually accomplish the opposite. So if people do see that you're so talented, you're really great, instead of them wanting to push you further, you actually might inspire fear and insecurity in that person, which will then lead to the opposite happening, where they will ensure that they don't see you win. Now, what Robert is trying to say in this law is that you need to make your masters appear more brilliant than they actually are, and by you doing so, you will attain the heights of power. For example, if you're at the workplace, and what they're trying to say is, do not overshadow your boss. Do not try and make your boss feel like you know it all. And this is the thing, you could know it all, and in fact you could be smarter than your boss, but in order for you to get to the place that you want to be, you need to not display it so much. Now, some people might disagree, but to be honest, I actually can understand this point, because when you're dealing with human nature, you would expect everyone to be happy for you, and you would expect people to want you to win. But there are some people out there, and this is the thing, they may not even realize they're doing this themselves, but they might not want you to progress for whatever reason. Due to those moments where you are trying to, you're showing that you are working well, you're showing that you can work well, but your manager might feel that you're overstepping the mark by always trying to correct them, always trying to do certain things. So what this law is basically trying to say is, regardless of whether you do think you are better or not, do not go out of your way to display that, because you might end up getting the opposite effect of what you're trying to get. So, for example, if you're trying to get a pay rise or you're trying to rank up, rather than you continuing to show these talents in terms of making yourself look better than the boss and trying to outshine the master or outwork them, don't do that, because it's going to bring the opposite effect. It might actually instill fear and insecurity into your manager, and then you're going to see your manager starting to do things that might sabotage your progress. So what this law is basically trying to say is, no matter where, in whatever scenario, people that you may see as above you or rank higher than you, rather than you trying to overshow, just be normal, just be cool, learn from them, do what you need to do. Yes, display your talents, but don't try and overdo it, because that might give you the opposite effect, which is not what you want. So in this law, it says never outshine the master. Again, like I said, eat the fish, dash where the bone. Not everything would apply to you, especially within this book. Some of these laws you might actually think, no, I am never going to do that. Whereas others, you think, you know what, I need to start applying that. But it's all about seeing how these laws actually apply to our everyday lives, and if it is something that we feel we should use or not. I will leave all of that up to you. But yes, people, that is it for this video, and that was Law 1, Never outshine the master. I hope this video has given you a bit of a summary about that law and an example of how you might apply that to your everyday life too. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and if you found this video useful, please share it with your people, then let them know about the 48 laws of power. We're going to be covering a law each week here, so make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you are notified when that next video drops. Make sure you have a great week, enjoy, and remember, you got the power, okay? Don't know, boy.